Hey everybody, Scott Holden here. Before we get started with the show, I just want to take a minute to tell you where you can find us out on the interwebs. That's right. First, you can find us at ThatManOnFatman.com. That's right, ThatManOnFatman.com. It's the central hub and the place where you can find links to all the other stuff I'm about to tell you about. So we're on Twitter. You can find us there at ThatManOnFatman. We are also on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, so it's facebook.com/ThatManOnFatman. We're also on YouTube. On YouTube, you can find us at youtube.com/ThatManOnFatman podcast. We are also on Instagram, where we're ThatManOnFatman. And I believe we're even on, Snapchat, as ThatManOnFatman. So you can pretty much find us on ThatManOnFatman everywhere on the internet. Please friend us. Also, if you're an iTunes subscriber, please go and give us a review. It's very helpful. It's one of the best things you can do for any show that you enjoy. So leave us a review on iTunes. If you listen on Stitcher, we're also there. We're also on SoundCloud. So check those out, and we appreciate it. And now, we hope you enjoy the show.
This is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, and I want to urge you to make a generous donation to the Wayne Foundation so we can stop the sexual trafficking of children. Do it, or I'll find you.
And don't forget to check out our good friend of the show, Mark Live, over at chundertunes.com for all your podcast animation needs. ThatMan on Fatman is recorded with a Zoom H6 handy recorder. Zoom. For creators.
Disclaimer. The show you're about to experience is for entertainment purposes only. The hosts use mature language and conversation just like in most of life. If you're too uptight, this might not be for you. All that said, we really do hope you enjoy the show. But if you don't enjoy it, expect a nice big shipment of my joyous Joker juice on your doorstep in the very near future. Toodles!
As the world's biggest Kevin Smith fan, I appreciate the fact that somebody finally made a podcast about that interesting motherfucker. So yes, you absolutely did the right thing. I know it's kind of gross for me to be like, yes, doing a Kevin Smith podcast was fucking smart. Yeah. But I do feel like it was smart. I appreciate it. I think you were right to do that.
Okay. What has two thumbs and is a huge fan of Kevin Smith? That man!
What are we going to do about the Pancake Master?
We need a costumed vigilante is what we need. Justice can't be served unless it's being fought outside the system.
Here's what we're going to do, eh?
Oh, shit. It's that man. Who is he? He's that man. He's talking. What should we do?
Oh, there he goes by in the Thatmobile.
The what? Thatmobile, his car. Go get him, that man.
Well, once upon a time, a regular man read a book written by the Fat Man. Tough shit, written by old Kev Smith. Kev said go out and start a podcast, and so I did, and I had a real blast. But my obsession was driving my co-host nuts. Didn't want to bring the podcast down. Needed Porkchop Murphy to hang around. So I created a new show with one heck of a plan, and I'd call that show That Man on Fat Man, because we're going to chat about Kevin Smith. That's right, let's talk about old Kev Smith. Hey everybody, and welcome to this episode 25 of That Man on Fat Man. I'm Scott Holden. I am flying solo today. It's never the same without my producer extraordinaire, full-time co-host, my wonderful Jean Holden. But she's not here today. So, what I'm going to do is not spend a lot of time messing around, and we'll jump right into the Smedlines.
Hello, this This is Ben from the blog Indie Mac User with the Smedlines Roundup for the 10th of August 2015. Kevin Smith spoke this week on his Jay and Silent Bob Get Old podcast with Jason Mewes more about the possibility of filming Mallbrats at the Granite Run Mall. He mentioned his recent visit to the location and said he had very positive talks with the owners. One of the holdups with the production schedule, however, is securing a deal with Universal, who still own the rights from the previous film. Also this week, the story of how Scott Holden helped Hitchbot to meet Kevin Smith has been getting press all over the internet. Also, Kevin has advertised the fact that a Green Arrow Absolute Edition comic is now available from the secret stash signed by himself and can be ordered online. Also, he has revealed that in this upcoming season of Comic Book Men, there will be an episode featuring an interview between Kevin and William Shatner, and he's also dropped hints about Shatner's cameo in Moose Jaws. That's the Smedlines for this week. On IndieMacUser.com this week, check out our coverage from the Geekfest convention in Newport as a co-venture between us and the Gallifrey Stands podcast.
And thank you, Ben, for this week's Smedlines. I appreciate the work you do each week. And now, I will say that this week our guest was quite the firecracker. You know, she's a comedian, and she's in satellite radio, where she is part of a crew on a wrestling show. Yes, wrestling. But more importantly, I mean, she's a real spitfire comic that has no problem going out there and, you know, the political correct thing does not compute with her. She just calls it like she sees it and how she wants to see it. She's not afraid of breaking taboos or saying crazy stuff. And she's just an all-around interesting person to know. And there you go. She's going to be part of the movie, What's a Podcast? She's in it as herself. She's giving commentary on some of the satellite perspective and what it's like, you know, to be a comedian now in this age of digital media and podcasting and all that stuff. So, well, without any further ado, here is Jen Romaro. We're joined in that cave by sort of a friend of the show via Chris Lodondo, and she is also an XM broadcaster herself. And she's a very funny person, and she's also going to be in our film, What's a Podcast? So she's going to give us a lot of the the satellite perspective of podcasting, and I guess a comedian's eye view of
When is she coming?
Who?
The person you're talking about.
You!
Oh, it's me!
Yes.
She said she was going to be a little late.
Yeah, that's true. We were hanging a while.
I'm here. My brain's not.
And here we are with Jen Romaro from XM Satellite. What do they call themselves now? XM
It's Sirius XM. We're on hiatus right now. Hopefully I still have a good X back.
Why are you in hiatus?
Because I'm bad. No, because Tap Out Radio, which was the clothing line for UFC.
Okay.
What happened was a few years ago I was a guest when Mike Straka was a co-host, and then he left. And then Ricky Bones took over with the owners of Tap Out, Scrape, and Punk Ass. And I was on as a guest again.
Okay.
And then I stood and I never left. So it was a year of me co-hosting. I never left Sirius.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't officially paid, but I wound up being there and being a host on the show. And,
good gig.
And then what happened was we put in a bid for, Tap Out put in a bid for UFC for their clothing line again, which is what they do sometimes. And they wound up going with Reebok. And which I think is
these
silly.
are big names here.
It was big names.
Yeah, lots of branding going on.
Dropping it on the floor. Let me sweep that name up. And then WWE decided to take us on. So we are now Tap Out Clothing is WWE's official clothing line, and they're starting a new health fitness thing. But the legalities take a lot longer. It's a lot different than UFC.
And WWE is big. That's
huge.
That's what was once WWF, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, until the Pandas took it over. The Panda Bears. It was World Wildlife Federation or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And they're like, you can't use it. And then it just screwed everything up for a while. So I'm waiting to go back on. We're not on air. We're just waiting for everything to get set, which takes a lot longer when you're dealing with such a big company. It's a big, huge entity.
But then you'll be WWE
And
associate.
I will be more. Yes, hopefully, hopefully they want me back.
Now, are you a wrestling person? Really?
My son is obsessed with it. I grew up with it. My brother is obsessed
You're like
with
Jon
it.
Stewart.
Yeah, it's so real. I mean, like I can't believe how real it is. But
Yeah.
my son's 10 and he likes tits. So now, like the Bella twins, like he likes Nikki. I forget whatever one has the fake tits he likes. The other one is a sloppy drunken mess. He said. And I'm like, how do you even know what a sloppy drunken mess looks like? He's like, because I look at you, Mom. No, I'm kidding. I'm only kidding.
Should I set up my snare drum?
Dun, dun.
Rim shot
You need
there?
an instant rim shot button.
I got sticks over there.
Nah, so he's obsessed. I found out he has an underground Instagram. He tricked me for a good 2 years. He had like 40 followers, and I watched him every day. And then I found out he had a real Instagram with more like 1,300 followers, and he was like name this diva, and then there'd be a picture of boobs. I'm like, really? Is this what we're doing at 10 years old? So, I had to get back into the wrestling scene so that we could connect. So,
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Hopefully, fingers crossed it works out.
Now, usually when you're in the entertainment biz, if you will, you tend to be a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
So, are you a jack of all trades? Are you a comedian?
I'm a headlining comedian.
Ooh.
I am a headliner.
Headliner. So what's that like? What's the what is the real world of comedian bullshitting like?
Oh, God. I'm lucky enough to... when I started comedy, I worked under Bob Levy, who's now... He's also in your
Yes, thank you
podcast.
very much, ma'am.
Yes,
podcast.
that's so exciting.
Thank you very
he's
much.
so excited. He opened the doors for me, and we did a podcast together as well. And for Levy Land Live, and we used to do like 4 hours of video podcasting, and he taught me the ropes. And I only worked with men. I worked with God, I opened up for Jim Norton.
Me too.
In my third, do you only work with men?
Until recently.
You're strictly dickly.
But in IT field, it's mostly men. I will say that. It's very weird.
Yeah, well, that's a little sexist.
Yeah, well,
I'm doing an IT in Jersey. I'm doing their corporate barbecue next week. And I did it a few years ago and I got banned. Someone complained to HR about me, but now that person's gone. So
wait, what was this?
I got banned. It's an IT company and it was all guys. A lot of Indian guys, a lot of Asians. Like the stereotypical, not far from here. Maybe where you used to.
Wow, it could very well
be. It could very well be.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So I did the gig there. Someone had a pink dog. I asked if he was gay. He didn't like it.
Oh.
Because he had a pink dog?
Yeah, and it was a little foo-foo dog that was pink. I don't know. I mean,
why? First of all, why is that an out-of-line question?
I don't think so. I don't think everybody gets offended. You know what? Everyone's offended.
Nowadays, you kind of have to ask. I mean, you don't really know. You don't want to make assumptions saying, you want to, because you could fall into that trap. Oh, you could be like, what does your husband think? It'd be like, I'm lesbian, and
Go to
you
LA.
feel like a jerk.
Right.
Go to LA. You cannot tell the difference between a straight man and a gay man. There's no difference.
There you go.
There's absolutely no difference.
Yeah, so,
I didn't know, so I just asked. Are you
Yeah,
gay?
I don't-
Straight?
yeah.
Wear a name tag. I am straight. I am gay. Wear the rainbow. I don't give shit. I don't care what you are.
Does that mean they're like all divas in LA?
No, not divas. No, they have like this they just all wear skinny jeans. They all wear flannel plaid. They all look like walking tablecloths. And they like
this is good. I'm glad we're going here because I already know where.
It's like so weird, and they don't even pay for your dates. Like you split the bill. You split the goddamn bill. I'm like, really? Like this is it? Like, ugh, disgusting.
So how do you feel about this whole? Well, it keeps coming up. It's like politically correct problem. I think Jerry Seinfeld sort of shined a light on it. He said political correctness is killing comedy. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. I mean,
Do you really?
Not political correct. Everybody. The problem. Can I curse?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Every fucking goddamn person in this fucking world gets offended by something. And the only thing I get offended by in this life is people that get offended. That's what offends me. Mm-hmm. Everybody has an opinion, everyone politically correct. Listen, I got a huge shitload of shit from the LGBT because when Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner, came out with the Vanity Fair cover, I actually tweeted and I said how gorgeous. I said, normally I make fun of myself and others, but I can't with this. You look absolutely amazing. Congrats to you.
Yeah. So what was the problem there?
Well, I'll tell you, because then my next step was now I could make jokes. And I said, it was a Throwback Thursday, and I said, what is Caitlin going to do now on Throwback Thursday? And I put a picture of him from the 70s, because that was the only picture he had, was him with the tuck-in on Vanity Fair. And it was an honest question. You only have one picture of you dressed as a woman, gorgeous in makeup. What are you going to use on Thursday when you do a TBT? Well, they thought that was a horrible thing to say, and they bullied me, and within moments I had 8,000 blogs written about me, people bashing me, and I had bought, what happened was, I had bought my VanityFaircover.com because I had read in the post that for Twitter they felt like they didn't have a fair voice because they didn't have the money Bruce Jenner had, so some people weren't able to go through with transitions as fast.
I heard that.
They didn't get a spotlight, and their voices aren't heard. But yet Bruce Jenner is a millionaire. He has the money.
Yes.
He could get tits in a week.
But you can't fault him.
No, I'm not faulting anybody.
Sorry.
Exactly. And he became the voice, but they wanted to be the voice. So
I did not do that to be like, that was just a slip.
I don't know what you farted.
No, I said him.
Oh,
Yeah,
said
but
her.
Oh God, you better be careful. They're gonna come after you.
No, but this is the truth.
knew what you meant.
Here's my take on that, and I get your position on that, but here's my position on that as it's been. I don't consider that politically correct. I consider that being polite. You know, if someone wants to call themselves that, then I'll respect that and call them that. But I also understand that comedy's comedy. But however, so I like to be respectful of terms and titles. That's me.
Exactly. But sometimes you're going to slip and say he.
It's just like,
you're only human.
I always equate it to this bullshit, War on Christmas crap. That Fox drags up every year, say Merry Christmas to somebody. I say Happy Holidays just the reason I say is not to be politically correct is because I don't know if someone's Jewish, I don't know if someone's this, I don't know if someone's that. Someone, I hate fucking Christmas. It depresses the crap out of me. So the less I hear about it, the happier I am personally. So I go with Happy Holidays, but it's just because I give a shit.
I don't say anything to anybody because everybody's a piece of shit. But anyway, back to me. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
so back to my LGBT story because I'm sure they'll listen to this. No, but I'm sure you'll get plenty of publicity when they bash the shit out of me again for mentioning it. But
I'm sure they're about to bash the shit out of me for Hitchbot in some way, shape, or form.
And you also, Hitchbot. That's another thing we need to talk about. But so I saw that these poor kids and these poor adults were making my Vanity Fair cover and putting their picture on Twitter. So I said, let me build them a website since I know how. And I did it in 5 minutes. I paid for it for a year, and I built it. I made it look like Vanity Fair and put Caitlin's picture and asked for submission so that everyone could be spotlighted in their own way. And I wrote, I am now the proud owner of blah, 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 blah. Submit your pictures. I got death threat after death threat after death threat after death threat.
That is totally uncool.
And they were like, you make a joke and then you do this. Like, who do you think you are? I said, first off, that was like the most innocent joke in the world. What is she going to do? I would like to know. And you know what? I make fun of everybody. I make fun of blacks. I make fun of whites. I say, I wish Kim Kardashian's vagina a happy Black History Month. I say black people can't swim. I say white people can't dance. I said that if Bruce Jenner had tits when he got into that accident and killed that woman, rightfully so, because women can't drive. These are things
true.
I say.
Yeah.
If you had tits on you and that, rightfully so, because women cannot drive and they, and that's it. But everybody gets offended.
Yeah, which is so odd to me because, essentially you're just being
it's
out there,
It's to make people laugh. Laughter is the best medicine, and if you can't fucking take it, honey, then shut your ears.
It sounds like you're challenging some social issues there, too, which is good.
But you know what? It's the truth. Listen.
Truth hurts.
I'm sorry. Whitney Houston drowned in a bathtub, and so did Rodney King. And he drowned in a pool. And they can't.
Rodney King. Why can't I place Rodney King?
Not Rodney King. Yeah, Rodney. Yeah, was it Rodney King?
Wasn't Rodney King the shooter guy? Or
no,
Rodney
King. He died. Yeah, he died in a swimming pool.
He was the one that was shot.
No, Rodney King died in a swimming pool.
Now I have to Google it.
I thought Rodney King got shot.
Wait, let's fact check before we go too far.
No, fact check it. He died in a swimming pool high on weed.
Rodney King?
Yeah, because he can't swim. That's what I always say. I'm waiting for Al Sharpton to hold a news conference and say that black people can't swim in small bodies of water.
First of all,
you never saw a black lifeguard, did you?
No.
It's like seeing a unicorn.
Oh, I have. I can honestly say I have.
You've seen
really?
a black lifeguard?
Yeah.
Did you see them in the water?
No, they were on the chair.
Okay.
You didn't really see them save anyone.
So,
no, but what does that mean? Oh, come on, guys. Are we going here? Really?
Have you seen white people dance? Jesus.
Yes.
We can't. We can't dance. We cannot dance. We should not dance.
Especially when white men start putting their arms
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I go to
those are usually,
Are they gay then?
I would say they're gay. And I can say that because I'm bi. So there.
Yeah, so
Aw, yay. God, this world. I swear to God. I just remember.
All right, I'm trying to find out. Okay.
What?
So I got him here. Incident. So
Incident.
High-speed chase. Early on the morning of March 31st, King and 2 passengers, Bryant Allen and Freddie Helms, were driving west on Football Freeway. I don't even remember. What did this guy do? Oh, he was the one who was beaten. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now Google Rodney King swimming pool.
Wait, well, there's got to be if he died, it's got to be in the story. Death. Yes. On June 17th, 2012.
Wow.
King's fiance, Cynthia
We need to
Kelly,
trust in Jen more.
found him lying at the bottom of the swimming pool.
Well, when you have to explain your fucking Google my jokes, there must be a problem.
Oh, wow. Well, okay.
I better bring an Encyclopedia Britannica into my next fucking show.
Hang on. Things need to be.
We have to look
Let's
up
be
if it's
accurate
funny
for the
or not.
record. He died of an accidental drowning and had alcohol, cocaine, marijuana, and PCP found in
Awesome.
his
That's
system.
a party.
But you know what? I'm sure.
Go, Rodney.
You know what, though? I'm sure it was the marijuana that did it.
Yeah,
No, I'm pretty sure it was the alcohol. I guarantee it was the
I'm
alcohol.
pretty sure he shouldn't have had a pool. That's it.
He would have been
Actually,
alive
you know what?
if he
Here's
was-
statistically, your house is more dangerous if you have a pool than a gun.
It's true.
No, it is the truth.
It
Because
is.
kids can drown in the pool.
Yeah.
Statistically, your house is more dangerous if you have a kid because they're fucking annoying. And you'll just wind up killing yourself.
I would assume. Well, we got really lucky. That's true. We got really lucky.
Yeah, but they're also at an age that's each age is
But
different.
we didn't have a. I mean, I can't recall a really bad age with them. I mean, they had some school issues.
Oh, I can remember tons of bad ages. Like now, my son's 10. No, he's coming into his own. He
Yeah,
loved.
10 is a good age.
It's a good age. He can wipe his ass. He made a ham sandwich today. He can find his underwear finally. And
Yeah.
like a few weeks ago, he couldn't. So I mean, I literally brought him into the woods, and like I had a meltdown. I had one of those moments as a parent, and I always say, like, I always make jokes like, don't have kids, wear a condom, get a dog. You know, you can't give it to kids. All this whole big stuff about him. And I always loved my son. You can never. Sometimes you don't like them.
Really?
But
You
I always
always
loved
love your
him.
son?
I always loved him.
Yeah.
But there was a point where I actually hated him.
Ooh,
and
wow.
it was for a day, for a moment. And my
Wow,
grandmother
that's
said,
intense.
my grandmother said, I totally get it. And every mother that I said that to said, there is one point in your life that you will hit, and it was that moment.
Wow.
He was being disrespectful, disgusting, and horrible, and I brought him into the forest.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I took away his iPhone, and I told him, and I just let him have it. I screamed at the top of my lungs,
Oh, wow.
and he strained his ass out, that kid. Now he makes ham sandwiches and gets his own drinks and washes his underwear. I don't know what I did,
Wow,
but
he washes his underwear.
well,
Good
he
for him.
he throws it into the.
Can you do that
thing.
to our son?
Yeah. All right,
Before you leave, maybe?
I'll bring him into the forest and I'll be like, fuck.
I'll be like, who's this crazy lady?
I
doing
pulled
this?
even though I'm Italian, I pulled the Jewish thing. I'm like, you're gonna give me a heart attack. I'm gonna die, and you're not gonna have a mother if you
that's
keep it up.
bullshit. Don't worry, I was raised by an Italian mother. They're just
Yeah.
as good as the guilt.
I need the wooden spoon, the weapon of ass destruction.
See, I had
That is
that.
true. That's
I need
true.
it. I need the wooden spoon. They need to
I had
bring it
that.
back.
Okay,
I had it.
yeah, exactly. Everyone here had the wooden spoon.
I
I
had
had
a
the wooden
wooden
spoon
spoon,
too.
but
Now,
you
if
know
you
what?
pulled the wooden spoon, you'd be fucking down in court.
You know
Yeah.
what else I got, though? Tabasco sauce.
Oh, I didn't
That's
get that.
very
I love
that's
Tabasco
kinda
sauce.
weird.
What, in your eyes or your mouth?
In my mouth.
Oh, that's
I-
awesome. I love it.
I did not get Tabasco sauce,
No,
but you
not
know what I
when
did
you're,
get?
like, little.
They had this I don't know what it was, like a tincture for nail biters and thumb suck.
it's
and
like
so-
a sour thing.
Yeah. So I did get that.
No, I never
In
got
your
anything.
mouth?
No, they're supposed to put it on your fingers.
No, but what are you we're talking about with a punishment?
Well, I mean, the threat was, I'm going to put it on your fingers.
Really?
To bite your nails?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
No,
boring.
my mom used to. My mom,
Your
in
mom
your
would
mouth.
just do it for the fuck of it?
See, no, this is. My mom would stalk me at school and say, every time I see you biting your nails, you're going to give me a quarter.
Oh, wow. That's weird.
So I would hide over
I never bit my
I would
nails.
hide over in the.
Yeah,
the
bite your
tree.
nails. Is it that much fun? Is it?
You know what? I still
Is it like
do.
PCP? All
I
the
don't
kids
really
doing
do
it.
it, but, you know.
I still do.
No, I cut them.
do off and on, but
I don't
they're
bite
not
them.
so bad. They're not as bad as. Anyway, who cares about my nails? Nobody does.
Yes, no, not at all. We just brought it up, that's all.
Now we're into nail biting.
Well, we
So-
were into punishment, so
We were
like,
into
you know,
punishments.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
but
yeah,
now my
spank
son's
me with a
good.
wooden spoon.
He's very cute.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the I look like I've stolen.
So here's the question now: is how come if this was such a popular punishment to kids, why is there not a wooden spoon fetish thing going on?
Well, Yeah.
You figured there would be more
well,
like,
I'm sure there
and
is.
with a wooden spoon. What's your...
I'm sure there is.
What's the safe word?
Tap my ass with that.
Yeah.
It's 'cause I remember my mom's wooden spoon burned. She left it on the stove, and me and my brother just stood there watching the flames from the thing just like light it on fire. She's like, "Fuck the spoon!" And then it became she got the plastic spoon. She didn't hit us.
I guess it is as simple as there's an Italianness to that because there's the fucking spoon right. The wooden spoon is right there.
She used to carry it in her coat when we went shopping, and she used to open up her coat if we didn't shut the fuck up. And we used to see the spoon, and we used to shut the fuck up. And she used to close her quietly, just close her coat, and that would be it. We'd be like, "Can we have this? No, can we have it, please, please,
she came
please?"
packing.
Packing, yeah, she was packing. People have pistols. My mother had the
wooden
spoon.
spoon.
She had the spoon. We used to run like hell. And then it burned, and then it just became the hand. I would have much rather had the spoon.
What's the hand? She just whacked it?
Just a nice whack in the... Or the pull of the ponytail and drag you down the hole. And throw you
I
in
don't
the
know
room.
what it is. To this day, when I see like a parent like lose it and like whack a kid or whatever, my reaction is not like, "Oh my God."
It's like, good.
I want to laugh. No, I don't know if it's nervousness. I don't know if it's truly, but like, I want to laugh. It really brings the laughter out of me.
Yeah.
And it's totally inappropriate. And I can't tell you how many times I've done it in front of people. But it's like, I don't know why. Maybe it's a nervous reaction, but...
I was in the mall once, and some woman was dragging her kid. You know how you're supposed to like walk on the right side, you walk, and the left side, you have that left side of the mall, and that's the way you walk.
Yeah.
And she's dragging her kid, she must have been 4, by her ponytail on the floor, just dragging her, I guess, out the mall into the car. Yeah. I'm like, "You're dragging her the wrong way. You should be dragging her on that side of the mall." I was like, "You're really disrupting traffic here." And she's like, "Shut the fuck up!" I was like, "I'm just letting you know. It's just being polite."
Well, that's like, a pet peeve of mine is when you see people who are walkers or runners, and you're supposed to run opposite traffic. So you can see cars coming at you. You're not supposed to run with traffic. If you run with traffic, it's dangerous.
Oh, see? I always used to think that was bicycles.
That is bicycles. No, you are supposed to go with traffic.
No, I understand, but I always got it confused, and I used to insist that you were supposed to ride against traffic on your bike, and everyone's like, "What are you, an idiot?"
No, you're supposed to ride with traffic. But you're supposed to run against it, or walk.
Well, I don't do either one, so I couldn't give a shit.
So when I see people who are on the opposite side, I always think to myself, "You are on the opposite side." So.
There's so many bike riders now. It's like the bike vigilante. I want to like run them over. I've never seen so many bikes. Thank you, Bloomberg. I loved you, but now I hate you.
And they're aware of it too.
Yeah.
They're aware of it. They're aware of like that people don't like them, and they sort of use that.
No. Well, you got to get a stick and just hold it out the window, and when they pass, you just spokes them. Get it put in their spoke and let them go.
When we lived in Virginia,
it's fun. It's so much fun.
When we lived in Virginia, outside of the local Starbucks, there was one of those specialty bike shops, and so when we would like on a Saturday morning when we go for our coffee, there was this sea of biker guys, all in these stupid hats and the stupid. But it's like I felt like, ooh, look, I'm washing up on a sea of self-importance.
Of course.
Like everybody was like, oh, look at me. Oh my God, I'm getting a picture.
Oh. Yeah, I'm taking a picture of you.
Look at me in my... Because some people should not wear
spandex.
spandex.
But no one should really
and
wear
they're all
spandex.
but they're all...
Except for Blondie.
When you listen to them, it's all about their ride and their this.
Please.
Like, oh, God. Oh, my God. Can I just get my fucking coffee,
we
please?
come out with our coffee and our donut.
Yeah.
Well, did you look at them? I mean, I've seen
And they're all walking funny because they have the shoes that have to clip into the fucking... clip into the pedals. So they're all walking around looking weird.
Then you have couples that ride together or jog together that you just want to like shoot with a paintball gun and be like, "Stop showing off." But like all these joggers I see, and I said it the other day, I'm like, I see so many joggers because I live by like 4 parks, and they're all fat. So did they just start jogging today, or is it not working? Like I like to walk, but I can't take on another hobby because just being me is enough.
That's funny.
I own a bike. I rode it once, and I ate a burrito and drank a beer and walked it home. So
there you go.
That's what I did.
Yeah, I've never been a workout person at all. The most I'll walk, but I haven't even walked in a while. And I was walking like a motherfucker before I realized if I stopped eating sugar, I didn't have to walk so much. So.
How does a motherfucker walk?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I was just picturing one in my head. I was like, is it like a guy fucking his mother and walking?
Yeah, it's kind of creepy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is an odd expression that people just throw out there. And it is one of the 7 words, too. Motherfucker. Not just fuck. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
They had to get that specific.
Is that 2 words or one?
Motherfucker is 2 words.
Yeah, but isn't it a
I
compound
know, it's
word?
1 word. It's maybe there's a hyphen.
Yeah, I think it's hyphenated.
Is it hyphenated? I always get confused.
And then there's that 1 word or 2 if it's hyphenated.
I don't know. We're going to have to
My
ask
name
someone
is
who's smart.
Scott.
I don't have a degree, so I don't know in anything.
That's like hyphenated last names.
Google it, like you did Rodney King, but not now.
No, I don't want to be. I don't want to be wrong again. They might send Hitchbot after me.
Hitchbot. Oh my God, I want to have sex with Hitchbot. I mean, I got dumped recently, so I need to have sex. So I'll do Hitchbot.
Does he have like?
I don't care what it has. I'm sure it has a hand that can do something.
It's a spackle bucket with like
Actually,
those
I think his
noodles.
hands got
You know the
chopped
noodles that you get
He has
from
a
like
foot.
pool
He has
noodles.
2 feet.
Feet, perfect. I remember.
He's got little rubber boots at the
Got
end of
rubber
these.
boots on him too.
Okay, all right,
Like
well,
his
all
little
right.
condom
Hang on,
feet.
I will break down to you the man's body. All right.
It's not a man. It's
Now
a
his
robot.
Wait,
dairy-
I do have like some music, like
like
really slow.
I'm not
have
handy
to do
enough,
that.
but
Okay.
We'll say
I'm not
yeah. What I need is a fucking intern, but it's a baby seat, a booster seat comprises his butt, so that's where he sits.
Sounds good, right?
Then a spackle bucket,
okay,
firm and round.
sounds so
and
hot.
white.
And white.
Yeah, and then covered in
Graffiti.
Well, graffiti too. Yeah, so covered in ink.
And probably piss. I'm sure someone's pissed on it.
Covered in ink.
I guarantee it.
And what else? He's got a solar panel for a chest. So, like, I guess chest hair.
That's so
You can like you can use like
He
he's
may
got,
be
like,
the
an
perfect
iPad.
man because he is headless.
He's got like
Well, he's a perfect man
and
because he
has
doesn't
an-
talk.
and he has an
Yes.
iPad kind of chest.
Not
You can
anymore.
just-
No, that's all gone. All that
he
stuff is
used to.
gone.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like a piece of bucket. Like there's gonna be like a Do you ever see Puppy in his like little blanket, and then
Yeah.
finally comes back as like a 2x2 inch of bullshit?
That's what he
he's
was.
gonna
I mean,
be.
yeah.
It's gonna be so sad.
But he did have a rubber glove for a hand. So
Oh, I wonder
guess-
who took the glove.
No, they're still there. Those part. It was essentially the head and his guts that were gone.
Yeah, because that's all the important stuff, like the GPS.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you know what? Listen, out there, whoever's listening, if I will have sex with you, if you return the parts,
No. He is
Of the
he's-
bot.
He is returning the
all of it, the parts that are missing.
That's curious.
Or no, I won't have sex with you. I'll let you touch my boobs for 3 seconds, and they're spectacular and they're real. So you can touch my boobs. They're 36C. Yeah, I'm absolutely. they're real.
Wow, she's touching them.
Yep.
This is-
And
I'm feeling a little awkward
you
here.
can cop a feel if you return the bot's guts.
There you go. So if
Okay.
you know where the iPads or whatever
Return
it was
it.
that were,
I will tweet out
The head.
when you hear this. Just follow @JenRemorrow.
I will tell you this: they're certainly worth the touch. I mean, so
Yeah,
if you
they're
did
very
have,
attractive.
look,
Yeah.
I mean, from where I'm sitting,
And this is not even a push-up bra. So I mean, you'll get a handful. So
Yeah, there you go.
maybe you can even tap my butt once.
Ooh.
Yeah. Can you tell? I've been single for 2 weeks. I need to get laid. Mr. Hanky over there is looking good. I might steal that.
Oh boy!
He looks like he's ready too.
Yeah, he's looking at, he's smiling.
And just think, I straightened up before you got here.
Oh, I have to say, this is a very sexy podcast room.
I know.
It's much sexier than what we have in Cousin Brucey's studio at Sirius.
You can tell it's a total like boys clubhouse.
Oh, this looks like my best friend's 46 years old, and this is what his office looks like. His
Pretty
real
much.
office that
That's-
people go to.
That's what it's
like real professional people. He has the Avengers hanging up. There's Yoda on the bathroom looking at you pee. It's great. Kevin Smith everywhere.
Yes, of course.
Love Kevin Smith.
Oh my
He's
God,
awesome.
he's such the best.
His Clerks changed my life. Not to get on. Everyone talks
Well,
enough
we
about
should go
Kevin
here.
Smith.
Well, you gotta.
Yeah.
But, you know,
place
it's
can.
about Jen Romaro today, not Kevin Smith. You've had enough in the spotlight. No, I literally watched that movie.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say at least 450 times. And with my mother, I mean, I could tell you scenes, my favorite scenes. I had it on VHS 4 times because it broke.
Okay, so what's your favorite scene?
My favorite scene was when they kept asking like things, and they kept showing the sign like right above like their heads, like
Oh, yeah. I used to work at a
and
convenience
like
store.
and like how much is this? And it's like $1.99.
Yes.
And I used to work at a Subway.
Where are the new releases?
Yeah, exactly. New releases. Yeah. Like, that was, like, my favorite, because working in Subway for, like, from 13 to 17 with the prices right behind my effing head.
And you asked, like
what how much is a ham sandwich? Like, all right, do you know how to fucking read? Like, really? Where'd you get, like, seriously. God, $15, that's how much. Just 25.
As was uttered in Mallrats last night. The customer is always an asshole.
Always an asshole. They're always an asshole. I don't know when customers is on. Oh my
Just
God.
Because they serve you doesn't mean they like you.
Ugh.
That's the tagline from Clerks.
Great movie. Excellent
I agree.
movie. It is one. It actually began one of the cult. It began the whole thing. It really did.
I agree.
It was. It is what it is.
Yes.
It is.
So, you're probably around our age.
No, she's younger than us.
Really?
How old do you think I am? I'm gonna fucking kick you in your jaw.
35.
Yeah, that's only because you saw what my son wrote about me on Facebook.
What do you write?
My son wrote apparently.
I would say 35 to 37.
I'm 35.
Okay.
My son and I have the same birthday, but apparently for Mother's Day, my son made me a list of things about me. And he never gave it to me. It hung up on the wall, and then he lost it, and it was hanging up. Oh no, it's not all. It's so. It's really
it's still demented.
It says what it says is, where is it? It says, this is how it reads. I cut off. My mom is 35 years old. Thanks, Ty. My mom weighs 180 pounds.
Wow.
What the fuck?
So he opens with the two things you are not supposed to say about a woman.
Yeah.
Traditionally.
Like, my mom's favorite color is purple. Wrong again. It's robin egg blue. I am 35, but I'm also 144 and a half. 104. He got me by 35 pounds. And I'm like, first off.
Sure, you went 35.
I'm like, 180? He goes, well, that's how much you weigh. I'm like, how the hell would you know?
180? That can't be right, because
I'm not 180. I'm 5'10", and I'm 144. And I weighed myself last night because I got a complex.
Yeah.
And I'm like, am I 180 pounds?
When did he post this?
Yesterday I posted it because he gave it to me for Mother's Day yesterday. I'm like, dude, it's August. It's August. He goes, well, it was hanging up on the wall. I'm like, great. Your whole school thinks I'm 180 pounds. Not that there's anything wrong with being overweight, but that's 35 pounds.
So that's probably
over.
like one of those hallway projects,
and,
so when all the student council,
everybody parent teacher night. I'm surprised my ex-husband didn't be like, you got to see this shit.
Yeah, look, he's 180 pounds.
You're on. My ex-wife's $180, but I posted it
because I weighed $180 for a while.
No, yeah, I was 200 pounds when I gave birth to him, so I was like, not for nothing. I worked hard for this body. So my friend posted under it, I have a daughter. Her daughter's friends with my son. They're in the same grade and class thing. It's like a gifted and talented program. So you'd think they'd ask them smarter questions anyway. And she wrote, Gwen wrote that I'm 99 pounds. So I guess it's because she's a girl. Like, she knows to give slack. Mm-hmm. And I said, my main concern is why the fuck is the teacher asking how much your mother weighs? Like, those are not questions a mother wants to have answered. So for Mother's Day, they gave 50 questions.
You know what that's like.
How old is your mom? How much does your mom weigh? What do you like most about your mother?
And they think it's funny because they think it's funny to get the gimmick answer of what the kids say. I remember they did that with you guys.
There was one. It's like my mom says she's sorry. I'm like, oh God.
Oh boy.
What does that mean? Like,
yeah, that's right. I remember that.
My mom tells me, I love my mom because she tells me she's sorry.
What does that mean?
I made one.
Sorry for what?
Sorry, sorry for having you.
Yes.
Sorry for life. I didn't sign up for this. God damn it. I should have swallowed. It's just sorry I didn't swallow.
Wow.
No. But it's so funny because when I was 6, I made my mom a Mother's Day thing, and they made us make like a little comic book, and they said like, what is the funniest memory you have about your mom? And I drew a picture of my mom in the shower calling my brother a jerk. And I was like, the funniest moment was when she called my brother a jerk or whatever, and my mother's like, that must have went over real goddamn well.
You're a goddamn jerk.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I did it in neon crayons too, and I was really excited because that's when neon crayons just came out.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was extra like elaborate.
Do you remember the giant crayon box with the fucking sharpener?
Oh my God.
That's when you were the fucking spoiled kid.
Yeah.
I never had those.
I got
Did they make them?
I got sort of the bricky one, like the smaller set. Like if that was 182, I had like 64.
No, I had the one with the neon and the silver and the gold. And then when we got poor for a little bit, I got the wax crayons that you get that don't really color, that you can just actually scrape off with your finger.
Yeah, like the ghetto ones you get like on a
that was sad.
Like, you get them when you get like a placemat.
Yeah, but then we got rich again, and then I got the crayon box back with the sharpener. So
now who's we?
My parents.
What was your situation? How'd you grow up?
I grew up
Are you Staten Island?
No, I was born in Florida.
Okay.
I was born in Fort Lauderdale. I was a product of cheap scotch and a Nova. Well, a Buick. I'm sorry, the backseat of a Buick. My parents met in a bar.
A Buick.
My mom lied about her age.
Wow.
Yeah.
Traditional story.
It's traditional.
The American thing.
Normal fake ID thing. My dad was on vacation. They met. They're still together.
Wow, that's great.
They're married. They have they're awesome parents. I grew up in a very free, liberal house.
Sounds like us.
Awesome. And my son stays there. I have a house 5 houses from them. I grew up with my grandparents too. I lived there. I lived wherever I wanted. If I wanted to live with my grandparents, I lived with my grandparents for the summer. Or went to school there. If I wanted to live, my parents separated for a little bit. I wanted to live with my mom. I lived with my mom. Same thing happens with my son. It's love all around, and they were
expanded family.
Yeah, they didn't. My mom wasn't who she was now. My mother is now we own a PR firm, and she did PR for 20 years for the state, the state and the city, and we had a lot of money. I mean, we went from having, modest to having nothing, and then I got older when they stopped wanting to give me things, and that's when they got rich. And I'm like, that's when they got rich. They got rich when I had to stop and just get like $20 allowance and go get a job. I'm like, oh, well, it's so convenient for you now, isn't it? God.
Boy, I wonder what would happen if that happened
but
here.
Now they spoil my son.
I was going to say, then they would just give everything to your kids.
And my kid gets everything.
Yeah, it's like
Please, he went on a $4,000 cruise the other day. These iPads, I said, I used to get the wooden spoon. Now it's like, I'm going to step on your iPod Touch, whatever any thing you have, I'm breaking.
Our kids have much better hardware than us because Grandma and Grandpa are like, no, you want the newest iPod?
My parents, that's what happened. They're like, you want a phone? Don't buy him a phone. What do? They buy him a phone.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can't take it back because then I'm the dick.
And it's better than your phone. It's like,
That
fuck.
makes you look bad.
Better. My son has an iPhone, a brand new iPhone.
Our kids have a 6. We are like on a 5B or whatever we are.
Well, my son did. He still has it. That's the whole Forrest story ended with me throwing the phone.
Oh no!
Well, he tried to call his father for help. He wasn't scared. No, he wasn't scared. He just was like, I'm moving with Dad because he knew that would piss me off. And I was like, that gets me. And I'm like, no, you're not. And then I started to cry like a little bitch, and it was all over.
We all say stupid shit in the heat of passion.
It's the truth.
And usually you say the worst thing
to get you, and he knows that's the worst thing. And I use I'm going to die one day, and I'm not going to be around, and then see what happens. So here's my grandma and grandpa just take care of me and buy me things.
Now here's the question: do you use that against him later?
What do you mean?
Would you use if he said something really nasty to you, and rationally, that he didn't mean it, like the old "I wish you were dead."
Yeah.
That, kids
I can't. He's never said that to me.
Yeah.
If he did,
our kids have never said that either.
I've never said that to my parents either.
And they've never said, I hate you. I remember saying, I hate you.
No, I just told them that there's, I never, if I even said shut up, I would have gotten slapped.
I wish I was never born. They take it on themselves.
No, I said I'm going to run away because I used to say, you'll never see me again. I called the Jewish guilt. I reversed that.
Yeah, so
I was never the one with the hatred. Yeah. I just made them feel like shit after they were being mean to me.
So now when it happens to you as a parent, do you turn that on them later? Do you file that one and be like, oh, remember when you said you didn't, you wished I was dead?
Yeah.
I remember when you said you wished I wasn't born?
Yeah, I guess.
Or you were bored?
Well, put it this way, I'm not having any more kids. So, I've learned my lesson. He likes to say that I ruined his... He says that I ruined his life. That's what he says. I ruined his life. No,
that's a kid thing.
And it's a big joke I have. And I literally lift up my shirt and I show him my stretch marks and I say, you ruined my life. You ruined my life because I had a 6-pack and I could wear a bikini and now I'm wearing a tankini.
You can wear a bikini still.
No, I have stretch marks.
What's a tankini?
A tankini is one that just comes... It's not a bikini. It comes and covers you below your belly button.
It's like a tank top with just a bottom.
With a bottom. Okay. And you gave me stretch marks everywhere. You ruined my goddamn life. Like, that's what it is. Like, he's lucky at that point.
See, I wish I had a kid to blame for that. Mine was just my fat gut.
Well, you don't have stretch marks.
Believe me, I do. If I pulled up my chest, you would be like, put it away!
Put it away,
When was it born?
I'm here to have fun.
Yeah. Were you carrying a watermelon?
Kids suck. That's it, really. Just
get
a dog.
You get, like, veins in weird spots. And,
I have stretch marks in between I was 200 pounds. You know what's so funny?
Big.
Yeah, I gained 60 pounds when I was pregnant with him.
Wow.
I thought that when I left the hospital, I would just lose all the weight.
Yeah,
And
we
he
just
was
go away.
He was 9 pounds, and I was 200 when I went in, and I left at 204. And I'm
Gained
like,
weight.
how did that happen? And the guy was like, what do you do? As I was looking at my son and his red dented head. I was like, how did he get red hair? And why is his head dented? And why does he look like Winston Churchill? Like, why did I do this? Like, is there like a do-over? Now look at him, though. He has blonde hair and blue eyes.
But that's when you find out, like,
He's
how many
tiny.
of those, like, wives' tales
Yeah.
are kind of wrong, because everyone's like, oh, that you'll have heartburn if your baby has hair, but you didn't have heartburn, and both our kids had full heads of hair.
I had heartburn more with our daughter, but
didn't
is
have
he seems like a little peanut. He's a little peanut.
He,
no?
yeah, he is very skinny. I mean, meanwhile, he can eat you under.
Yes.
He can eat and eat, but he won't gain weight. But it's just, are you really fucking yawning right now?
Well, I
Well,
was,
my
I was
Adderall.
gonna say,
Kevin Smith
No,
wasn't.
no,
Oh, you have
no,
you
no.
have Adderall.
Well, usually,
I'm like,
usually I'm on Adderall as a regular,
Oh.
as a regular thing, but today I'm out, and so it's
Oh, it sucks.
I'm like
it
swimming
takes
up
it,
tray.
yeah, for his
Yes.
ADD.
Yeah,
I took it by accident one day.
it was awesome.
Actually, I have to say
It
it,
was
wasn't
awesome.
bad because you're never hungry.
I don't
Now
really-
get
Yeah,
it.
you're never hungry.
hungry, and you get like a million things done.
I'm not like that.
Yeah, I was clinically. They said that I had ADD, and they
Yeah.
put me on it, and I had to stop because I had heart surgery, and
Oh, wow.
so I just stopped taking it altogether. And I definitely have ADD, but
Yeah, me too.
I learned to function without it, and I'd rather not
Even at a very young
take
age.
anything that I don't need to take.
Yeah, see, I don't think I need to.
See,
do
here's
Good diet pill.
Here's been my stance. When I was a kid, my parents were very like protective that way. You know, they didn't
Yeah.
want. And very young, I was identified as hyperactive, ADD, whatever. And I guess they hit me with some Ritalin,
Yeah,
and it freaked me. The reaction freaked my parents out, because I guess I went like catatonic or whatever.
yeah,
Because I was probably like,
because you needed it so bad, and
Yeah.
that it actually does to you.
yeah. So
Works.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it works.
But even now, like a doctor I talked to later said, they probably over-prescribed,
Oh, sure.
because back then that was what they did. They just like fucking dose them.
Yeah,
So
dose the motherfucker.
So all my life, no meds. But I really regret that, because in adult life, it was the old classic story. Now my son is having issues.
Yeah.
So do we? And then
it's a hard thing.
Holy shit! Why didn't I do this
Well,
20 years ago?
That's why it's called medicine. I mean, listen, everyone needs medicine.
I take it for my narcolepsy, and that's actually it's also given for narcolepsy.
Yeah, and listen,
Really?
it's a hell of a drug.
Yeah,
But I won't
It's
take
taken
it.
for it's
Zing.
given for narcolepsy. I never knew that.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it makes you awake.
Yeah, because
Oh, because
it's a
the-
stimulant.
But you have to understand, like, even people that take Vicodin, the junkies that take it, it gets them high and they get speedy. But someone like me, when I had surgery and I took it, it didn't do anything to me but kill the pain
or you
and make
feel,
me
you,
sick.
Yeah, you feel norm. You
I mean,
kind of
it's
like,
not good
hey,
for
this is
the
where I'm
heart,
supposed to
I
be.
guess.
Yeah, and it made me sick. You know, I was throwing up, but I, whatever. It wasn't fun for me.
Were you saying Vicodin?
Yeah, it wasn't fun for me. But because I
Yeah,
needed it, because I was actually taking it when I had surgery. It wasn't
was-
because I was taking it recreationally.
That's like when I had this foot
You were
thing,
taking
like
'cause
back
you
in
had to.
January.
Yeah, I had to take it.
Back in January, I had like this weird. I don't even know. It was an infection that had a very small cut that ulcerated. So
It's so sexy.
It
Tell
kind
me
of
more.
it was so hot.
Was it oozing?
It like went inside. No, it was so.
my
It's
God,
such a
you don't
pinhole.
even
That was
wanna
the
know.
problem. It was so small, like you wouldn't notice anything except for I thought I banged it.
Ah, you fucking crybaby. Get over it.
I thought. Yeah, I know. I thought I banged the fucking thing, and just then one day it was a fucking. Remember it at the
Blood
Podfest?
wreckers? Oh yes.
I couldn't even walk. We're trying to get around the city, and I'm like, the only time I felt no pain was when we hit that stage. Other than that, like, we couldn't, like, and Chris Lodano's trying to walk us all around Chinatown, and I'm like, I can't.
Have a kid, and then talk to me. What was it anyway? What'd you have? Would you?
Had an
Pseudomonas.
infection.
Pseudomonas had, like, gotten into my foot and was
That
like,
sounds
growing.
horrific, and it's probably nothing.
And about 10 years.
Well, it's a bacterial infection.
only
but
kidding.
they
And
had
about
to,
10
like,
years-
So it's like staph. It's like a staph infection.
worse.
Yeah.
It's more, it requires, like, IV.
My mom had a staph infection. She was cleaning, because we're Italian, so for Christmas Eve a few years ago, she was cleaning the shrimp out. And you know, like the metal caskets that catch everything?
Yeah, yeah.
She cut herself, but kept cleaning the fish.
Yeah.
So she wound up getting staph. She woke up with like
From the shrimp.
105
From the
fever.
shrimp?
Yeah, and she
one of the
luckily,
scales or
yeah,
something.
she luckily had antibiotic because her brain, she felt like, was frying. She wound up, and she took it, and if she didn't take it, she would have died because that's how bad the staph infection was. So she went to the hospital for Christmas and didn't come back till New Year's. She had her one finger, and it was squirting.
Did she get the red thing? The red stripes or whatever?
Yes, and her finger was squirting like it was ejaculating, and she was sitting in bed laughing because she was, they gave her on meds, and more. It hurt so bad, and we went to go visit her, and here's her finger just squirting pus. It was the most disgusting but funniest, coolest thing I've ever seen. I was like, I wish your finger never got better. Like, that's just amazing. Like, who wants to see my mom's finger ejaculate?
That
could be a fetish.
That's kind of hot.
That could have been a fetish.
With the wooden spoon right there.
Wooden spoon and my mom's finger ejaculating.
Finger ejaculated.
Yeah.
Finger jack.
It could be making a lot of money. So my dad, for Christmas, in return, bought her a plastic little catcher for the sink instead.
Oh,
so that's
what a good dad.
that's what she got. Merry Christmas.
All this from Adderall.
Yeah. There's a lot going on in this head.
But okay, so I've seen articles, and that was what was going through my mind, where women go to get their nails done.
Yeah.
And end up getting a fucking stripe.
Gangrene.
Yeah. And drop dead. Having to have fingers and hands cut off and feet
amputated.
cut off and shit. Yeah.
And then you wind up like those smokers, Maria, with no fingers or anything.
And so that's all I'm thinking about the whole time when I'm in the hospital with the stupid thing. I'm like, I'm going to lose my foot.
Oh, no.
And because they're saying, they told me, staph would have been better.
Staph would have been better.
Than Pseudomonas.
It's like when you have AIDS, it would have been like the HIV would have been better.
Yeah.
It would have been better, but I'm sorry, you got you got AIDS.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Sorry.
Well, the staph infection would have been easier to treat. That's essentially what they said.
You would have been a Magic Johnson case, but in this case, you might die. We're sorry.
You're a Freddie Mercury.
We're sorry.
You needed to soak it. Like, it was a whole
Yeah, it
ritual.
really
and it
was.
probably put a damper on your life, because then you had to take care of a crybaby.
Oh, wait a minute.
10 years before. Wait.
Here we go.
This is...
You stumbled on a nice one.
He probably thought... Now, I thought I was a very good nurse. I'm not a nurse by profession. But he probably thought I was like
thing?
Nurse Ratched or something like that.
Do you remember that thing that kept Rush Limbaugh out of the military?
The polynoidal cyst? Is that what it's called?
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I had one.
He had one of those.
Where?
Was it
on your balls?
It's not your tailbone.
Oh, that's right. My ex-boss had one.
They're somewhat common.
He had to kept getting it cut out, and he had to wear a mask.
Oh, he was a multiple.
Yeah, multiple.
I worried that mine
it had
was multiple.
roots. It had roots, and so then they finally dug it out. We were just talking about his asshole the other day.
If it's multiple, just kill me now.
His wife had to change it and clean it, and it was so disgusting.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what she did.
Pack it with gauze.
Yeah, the whole.
Pack it.
First I had it stitched.
I think I have a picture.
I'm looking at you in a whole new way now. Now I'm just picturing your fucking coccyx or whatever. Your fucking
Coccyx,
asses.
yeah.
Coccyx.
Hanging out with that big fucking gaping.
I'll introduce you to my ex-boss. You guys will get along.
And
well.
I
Just
cleaned
talking about it.
and I stuffed. Well, didn't stuff it.
Oh,
stuffed it with gauze.
Stuffed up my
But
hole.
listen, he would go to his appointments and say, "Ooh, it looks so good."
Yeah, she was very proud of herself.
Ass looks so pretty.
I feel like a
You could go to nursing.
What a great
like
tuck.
like a cosmetologist.
What a great tuck.
What a great tuck. I love the way she packed your asshole. It looks great.
So did I, Doc.
There's another fetish.
Yeah, it really does dampen things.
Yeah.
It could take some of the romance
And
out.
he's
I
a
can
little-
see that.
I better not.
he's-
I'm going to wind up getting something.
He's a
here.
diva.
Oh,
Scott's a
what
diva.
man isn't? My father got a splinter once, and it's like, dude, really? And all he does is talk about it. Like, it's just, you got a splinter.
Like my Pseudomonas?
It's a little deep. You'll get it out. Really, get over it. Lay on your
true.
back with no drugs and give natural birth to a 9-pound baby with a giant head, naturally and with no epidural, while you're being filmed on TV by TLC. And then your
It was
ex.
filmed?
I was on
What?
a baby story.
Really?
You
Yeah.
were?
I was.
By who? By Tia?
I
Which
was
one was that?
the Learning Channel.
Yeah.
watch it.
That was
I
back
was
when they were
watching
doing
it.
real shows or something.
Yeah, when they had the real shows instead of midgets and,
Yeah.
Are we
and
able to
like
watch
duggers that touch their sisters because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
dug her.
Actually, I don't know what it is.
I'm trying out.
We
that new
went through a
joke.
very domestic trend where we were always watching that fucking show, the designing show. What was
My
it?
parents did.
The one where you do the house for $100 or whatever,
Yeah,
trading spaces.
Trading Spaces.
Yeah.
Spaces, I like
Talking
that
to the
show.
mic.
Yeah,
Hold the
sorry.
mic up.
Yeah,
Sorry.
now they're just full of shit. But yeah, I'm actually, if you Google Baby Dubner, because my last name was Dubner, Dubner, and it'll come up first time parents, and they took the best of the best, and they made a Lamaze video. So you can, when you go to Lamaze class now, you watch my episode. And my episode, when it starts, if you YouTube me, you'll see like it's me just slamming doors, calling my husband an idiot. The credits are us fighting at the end.
D-U-B-N-E-R?
D-U-B-N-E-R, Baby Dubner.
Does this have anything to do with you in polka dot dress here? Is that you?
I don't know. I can't see.
That's very good. Yeah, very good.
Polka dot dress. Let me see. That is not
That's
me.
not you.
Don't go to web.
Why would that be
First
her?
off, go to the web. That is an ugly
I was
girl.
web. Then I went
That's
to images.
No, go A Baby Story.
Oh, A Baby Story.
Baby Dubner.
Oh, A Baby Story. Baby Dubner's right there.
There you go.
All right. IMDb.
Yeah.
There you are.
There I am. You got to add that onto my. I got to learn how to use that. I don't want to pay for it, so I'm sort of trying to go through a loophole.
Well, no, I kind of had to pay for it.
I'm going to pay for it too. I'll use my mom's credit card. She'll never know. She'll be like, "What is this thing? Whatever." I don't know, Mom.
Worse
Dad
than
did it.
Paying for it.
I don't want to pay for it. I'll pay for sex now, though.
Then you get a picture
I
on
used to
there.
have sex every day. Now I don't. But whatever. What are you going to do? I have a girl that likes me though, so.
Hey.
And yeah.
That's always hot.
She's well off. She's older and she's pretty.
Oh, I have a girl like that too.
It's awesome.
Should I cut this?
No, it's
Yeah.
great.
Okay, the rest of the interview is serious, Jen. Okay.
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 Totally serious.
Yes, no more lies.
All right.
No more lies between friends.
Stop lying about your girlfriend. Okay.
Yes. Why did Anna Kendrick come up now, too?
I like her.
Hitler comes up in images when you Google my name. I don't know why.
You know who you remind me of? You remind me of Jen Schwalbach. Kevin Smith's
yeah.
wife.
Really?
Really?
Kind of, yeah.
She's right there.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of see it.
I know. Well, I think
Similar?
she looks a lot like Jennifer Garner, and everyone tells me I look like Jennifer Garner.
Yes.
So there you go.
Do you have big ears, though?
No.
Jen
No.
has big ears.
I
And
don't
that
have
was one of
big
the things
ears. I have
Kevin
big
cites
lips.
is why he liked her.
Yeah, you do.
I have a big mouth. I have a big mouth and big lips.
Yeah, well, that's you worked that, too. It's very obvious.
Ah.
With all the pics.
Now, are your lips real?
No. my bottom lip is real and my top lip is not. My top lip, we all got it done in the basement of some Puerto Rican ladies beauty shop in the 90s.
Only people from New
Really?
York.
Yeah,
Only people from New York would make that distinction.
And God knows what's in the top lip.
Because
but
it looks real to me.
Yeah, God knows. And I went to the doctor to try to get it out. They don't know what's in it. No one's lips deflated. It was supposed to go away in 6 months. And I just kept going, pump it up, pump it up. And it's so funny because that night I went on a date. I think I was 19 at the
Why did
time.
you find out it's like fucking elephant
It's
cum
probably
or
like
some shit?
it's probably elephant cum or motor oil on my top lip. I don't whatever.
I like elephant
I remember
cum.
eating and my date was like, "What the fuck?" And I go, "What?" He goes, "Holy shit." And I go, "What?" He goes, "You need to go to the bathroom."
Your fucking lip is doing what your mom's
lip-
finger was doing.
Yeah, it was tremendous. Where the next day when I went to work, I used to do construction, and I had my employees throwing crackers at me from across the office, going quack quack. I looked like a duck, or my name should have been like Shaquanda, and I was giving head for a nickel at the corner.
Confession, like when women make the ducky face or whatever.
I don't make the ducky face.
I
He
find it
loves
the
that.
fucking hottest thing ever.
I think it's disgusting. I
See,
I just have the ducky face now on. It's permanent, and I can't get rid of it because I wanted to only pay $200 for lips in the Bronx.
I don't understand the ducky
He
face. I
loves
don't
it.
know where it
I
came
don't
from,
do it.
but I find it fucking hot.
It's so stupid. And you
He
know what
loves
my
it.
favorite is? I found
Except when your 14-year-old daughter does it.
yeah.
the
Then
baby
it's not
bird
so hot.
face.
No,
That-
or when your
Hey,
son
hey.
does it. You know,
When your son does it.
I spent. It's the worst. That's when you say abortion should have been an option.
Well, it's always an option.
Well, not when
Well,
you're
not
6
once
months
they're
pregnant.
born.
Not when you're 6 months pregnant. It's not. You can't make the decision once that point.
It's one of those 24-month abortions.
You're like, yeah.
You know what?
You missed the cutoff
You
by
might-
3
you
days.
might-
Fuck.
So did you change your Facebook status? You just said you're getting a lot of text. Did you go to single?
I did go to single, and but it wasn't a big deal because I had in a relationship for a long time, and then I hid it, but it was hidden. Like I could only see it.
I've never got to experience. We haven't really gotten to ever experience any of this Facebook status shit. Because as long as we've been together, we've been married.
He doesn't have a Facebook either, but we jumped into things very, very fast. We're still best friends. I still love him.
He doesn't
to
have
death.
a Facebook?
No.
What do you think about a person who doesn't have a Facebook?
I think they're
nowadays?
smart.
Really?
I mean, I need it for my own.
I think they're fucking like. Whoa,
He has
that's like
too
telling me you
he's
don't have
very-
a phone.
But you know what?
You know what I mean?
He doesn't need. He couldn't even have time to use Facebook because he owns a company. He's very well off, very smart. His partner doesn't have a Facebook. You know, he doesn't. He has a LinkedIn. That's it. But and you know, and he just learns how to the Gmail
like
circles.
pretend.
He's like, who's in my fucking? What's a Google circle? Get out of my circle. I hate that person in my circle. How do I get them out? Why are they here? Like, this is a private circle. I'm like, no, it's your Google circle.
Yeah.
He's like, what is that? Is that like a vagina? Like, what is
asshole
it?
circle.
He's like, get them out. How do I stop this from happening? But he doesn't like, you know, Twitter.
And how old is this person?
He's 35. He just
And
doesn't.
he sounds like a grandmother.
He doesn't want.
Who's in my
anything to do with
Google
it.
circle?
He's a real man. He doesn't want drama. He doesn't want drama.
He's a real
He doesn't
man.
need it to promote himself like I do or you do.
Yes, I
He
need the
doesn't-
adulation of
And
strangers
he
to
doesn't
feel
really
good
give
about
a
myself.
shit what goes on in anybody else's life but his own.
Oh, he's a liar.
Or me. No, but he. No,
Everybody
he's not.
like gives a shit about what goes on
he
in other
doesn't.
people's
Trust me.
lives.
I run home with gossip all the time, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. I care about you. Let's play a game of
good for
Scrabble.
him.
Aw, that's
He's
sweet.
an awesome.
That's a very rare breed.
And I'm lucky enough. I get to see him later. We're still best friends, and we're just gonna take it slow again. We're gonna start over. And we jumped in. He's a widower. He lost his wife, who was older than him.
There's a
right
strange
after they got
status.
married. And
That you don't hear anymore.
Widower.
Widower.
And they're all over the place now. I had a few on Sirius, like one who used to write for SNL. He's not a widower. His friends were widowers, and he introduced me to this whole group of men in California that are widowers that offered support to my boyfriend. And I have to say, it's like it's a sad thing. And my ex-boyfriend's my age, and his wife was in her 40s, and she died right after they got married, and it was very, very devastating.
Let me guess, cancer.
Pancreatic cancer. And
cancer,
she was an angel. I mean, and you know,
See, people get all up in arms about all kinds of stupid bullshit, but there's something bullshit that you should get up in arms about. Fucking cancer.
Yeah. Everyone, you want to get offended about Jesus Christ at the ferry terminal? Get angry
offended about fucking cancer.
That people that have pancreatic cancer or Alzheimer's can't get a cure.
And dropping dead.
Yeah, they get offended by that, by people that ignore those things and don't help out on those things.
Or there's, all the theories. Maybe there's a cure somewhere, but
Well, Magic Johnson found a cure.
ground up money.
God
If you saw that South Park thing.
God damn it! I swear to God.
They ground up money and put it into him intravenously. That was the
Exactly.
money was the cure.
Yeah.
They're very good at that.
There is a cure for AIDS. They're just not going to give it.
Well, it seems like you can keep it in remission a really fucking long time now.
I think that there definitely is a cure, but they don't want the people that have the AIDS to go on living. They want them gone because they're mostly on Medicaid or mostly on Medicare, and they're banking off the system to take care of them.
That
so
is
they're
true.
just like, let them die. Magic Johnson, on the other hand, had billions of dollars and got cured.
But actually, I'll tell
Where'd your AIDS? Where'd your HIV go, John? Where'd your HIV go, Johnson?
in my IT background, we were IT firm. We were a whore for pharma, essentially.
Oh, okay.
So if you ever take a look at your pharmaceutical drugs that come out nowadays. Notice that none of them ever really cure anything.
No.
They're more maintenance drugs.
They cause more shit.
And all of them seem to be like, you need to be on this for 30 days before it even works.
Well, not even that. You can have a seizure. You could
it'll kill you dead.
You could wind yourself in a dark alley sucking cock.
You say that like it's a bad
well,
thing.
I mean, it depends what the guy looks like. Listen,
I suppose, yeah.
I have another. Rape's never bad if the person's cute, is it?
Oh boy!
So there we go. Hold on, now I'm going to have them after me. This was a joke. I am a comedian. I tell jokes. I tell jokes for a living.
Yeah, I mean, that was the oldest joke in the book. You can't rape a willing victim.
No, and we'll have. Do you know?
But then again, what about fucking? Well, I guess they weren't willing. Fucking. Well, that's the definition of rape.
You know what's so funny?
I do like the way they're using Bill Cosby now as an
Bill
adjective.
Cosby, Interrobang had me in there, and I stuck up for him. I'm actually regretting it now because Janice Dickinson is a real fucking piece of shit, and all these women were not. They didn't have credibility. Listen, back in the 60s or 70s or whatever, Quaaludes were the big thing. Everyone was on them. So yeah, you took a Quaalude willingly, and then he fucked you. I mean, what did you take a Quaalude for? It wasn't it wasn't like he crushed it in their drink. And listen, Janice Dickinson took a picture of him at the bar in his robe. She had that picture. When you have Bill Cosby naked with a robe on with old liquor, what do you think is going to happen next?
Wow.
Like, no, I'm serious.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying.
I'm not going to be in a hotel room alone with a guy she was conscious enough to take the picture and knew where it was. I'm not going to be alone in the hotel room. A, with a guy. B, who's in his robe. C, the robe is disgusting. Just, it was a patchwork fucking...
I haven't
he's
seen
gross.
I haven't seen the picture.
And there's liquor, so you obviously... And she's a junkie, so, like, obviously you know what was going on. It was the 70s. They were partying, 80s, whatever.
Yeah, but
She
then
was trying
shit
to-
just kept coming
you know,
forward.
but
and
by
kept
people
coming
that
forward.
by people that never made it in the industry. But I'm going to shut my mouth right there and not go any further because
you are going to really...
because they let me have it too under that. I think
they're going to let you. They'll probably let you have it on this one.
I always get yelled at, but no. I'm regretting it. So for every woman out there that I said you weren't raped by Bill Cosby, I apologize to you.
You probably were.
And you know what? While we're apologizing, I apologize to the LGBT about my Throwback Thursday. And while I'm apologizing, Chaz Bono, I'm sorry I asked to see a picture of your penis to send to my grandmother when you got it.
Well,
that was mean too, and I am
Chaz
sorry
Bono
about
really
it.
get
Wait,
it?
hang on. As the B, I can classify myself under the B of that thing, and I could say the B group forgives you. There,
Thank
so
you.
you're forgiven.
Thank you.
Yay.
Listen.
Now,
Do you concur,
Chaz-
Gene? Do you concur?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, okay.
Chaz
So
Bono.
there are two B's.
Yeah,
there.
Chaz
You
Bono,
go.
I asked on Twitter as a joke. It was when I first started comedy, and I was working with Bob Levy, and I was working with all the Stern people.
Yeah.
So I was raw, like really raw.
Dude,
so I didn't have any limits.
I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for Stern,
and
because I was a huge kid listening to Stern my whole life.
mom's best friends with his sister. Said was, I tweeted, when you get your penis, can you please DM me a picture so I could show my grandmother? The person who got the most mad was my grandmother, because she's
That was
like,
pretty funny.
I don't want to see a picture of Chaz's penis. I said, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about my other grandmother. She's like, yeah, right.
That's a funny line.
Well, guess what? Chaz Bono wrote me back, and she goes, "Oh, you're such a... That was a funny joke. Like, you must be a real shitty comic."
That was... That is... That, I have to say, empirically...
But honestly, I wanted to see a picture of it.
That
I'm
was
very intrigued.
That's a funny line.
But you know what? I apologize to you, Chaz Bono. And when this airs,
I'm just
don't
saying,
edit this
empirically.
out because... don't edit this out because somebody wanted shared an event and I couldn't be the one to contact them because of Chaz, because they didn't want to connect the dots. But everything I say is not to her. I was bullied all my life.
Me too.
I was ugly.
I got a lot of...
I was ugly. I had my nose done. I had my...
I wasn't ugly, but I was bullied. I don't know what that is.
I was bullied also because, and that's how I got into comedy. I remember being 6 and 7 listening to Bill Cosby, which is why I think I defended him so much.
Yeah,
he was my
believe me,
inspiration.
there is a lot of that too. Like, the fucking old albums. Like my brother,
that's all I listened to. At 6
the brother
years
I
old.
slept with,
himself,
to my
Bill
brother
Cosby
Rupert.
himself was my favorite.
And himself,
thing.
and
So funny.
And I, Sandra Bernhard,
Carlin's
I
another
met,
huge one.
and George Carlin. I saw him in his last tour. I remember when he went to college at Staten Island, and I was just getting married, and I got to see him right before he passed.
I got to work for him as a spot operator. But since we were hanging around, we got to hear him do his act beforehand and shit. It was really cool.
And plug to Kelly Carlin, because her one-woman show
I wanna see it.
on
I
his
can't
life
wait.
is fucking amazing.
I want to see it. That's
It's
what Kevin
Prairie.
said.
What is it called? It's called
a Carlin Home Companion.
Carlin Home
Companion.
Yeah.
And she invited me 2 years ago when it opened up in L.A. And I have to
Was
tell
Kevin
you,
there?
no,
He wasn't. It
it
wasn't
was
a showing. I know.
absolutely the best one-woman show, and one of the best shows I've ever. It was the first time I didn't fall asleep on someone. I haven't got up to pee.
Did you cry?
I did cry.
Yeah,
I was
I heard a lot of that.
It was very emotional, and the story she told about him was just awesome, because you feel
I
like
really
you
wanna
grew
see it.
up
I can't wait to
as
see
a
this
kid
one.
with George Carlin, and he is my absolute. Joan Rivers and George Carlin are my idols. And it's so funny because a few times I've done comedy when I've headlined, I've had older couples come up to me and say, "We just need to tell you that you remind us of a mix between George Carlin and Joan Rivers."
Oh, wow.
And I was
Hey,
like,
that's a
that
fucking compliment.
was the best thing, even giving birth. That beat
Yeah,
giving
yeah.
birth.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that beat being a mom, it beat being a wife, it beat everything. That was like, I relived that over and over and over again and over again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no one's gonna fucking believe me because I suck. Like, no one's gonna believe this. No one's gonna believe this.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I was like, can you broadcast this for me, please? Like, can you make a sign and take a picture with it? But yeah, I mean, props to Kelly, because I have to tell you, she needs to come to New York. I'm trying my best to get her in the bigger venues.
She was up.
No, I'm in the city. I want her in the city.
Yes, me too.
I'm trying to get her to, and they want to. I'm trying to get her into St. George Theater,
Oh,
where Louis
cool.
C.K. Yeah, I have ties with them,
Yeah.
so I just have to get off my.
That's
butt
in
and-
Staten Island. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's in Staten Island.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
in
they're
the
fixing
new
it.
up and coming
Yeah.
neighborhood where my.
We saw Jay Miller there not too.
Jay Miller.
Are you friends with Jay?
I used to book for mid evenings, and I was actually that's how I met Will Forte. I used
We're going there tomorrow.
I was I've been good friends with Jay and that whole crew and Casey Joe's for forever.
Yeah.
I'm going to say at least 8 years.
I assume that's how you know Chris too.
Chris Lodondo, did his first podcast with me. I was his guest, and I made fun of his socks because he was wearing socks like you. Like
Those
I
white
just
socks.
threw these on just now.
Those
too.
are
I was
like
walking around barefoot before you
those
got
are
here.
like going out, and I so know I'm 135% not going to get laid, whistled at, looked
That's
at,
why I told
or
him.
thought of. I'm just going to look like a pedophile. Because that's what those socks make you look like.
I told him yesterday. I said you are
I'm
not
at
going
home.
out of this house.
It doesn't matter where you are. You could look like a pedophile in your own bedroom by yourself. Those socks, one of my employees is 18 and he wears
take a
socks like
picture
that.
and post them.
And the bottoms are filthy. They're fucking
I
filthy.
just put them on. I just put
Oh,
them
God,
on.
I'm taking a picture.
No, I'm not holding.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Lift up that foot. Lift it up. Wait. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Don't wait. I need one more because that wasn't clear. I'm making a picture clip. That's fucking gross. Well, actually, that's going to reflect on you. Who cleans the house? No,
Yeah.
he was probably outside with them. That looks like outside dirt.
I did probably. Yeah,
That was outside dirt.
Yeah,
You're like
I
my
did.
son.
I did quick do it.
But like
And
18-year-old.
as a kid, in Florida, I used to run around with just white. Like every other kid was barefoot, and I had the white socks on. And,
Why?
and they would all be cut
I
up.
told him yesterday. I said you're not going out with those socks. 'Cause
No.
He had them on with his sneakers.
No.
And I said take them off.
Yeah, she
He's like
did.
I don't have any
Ankle
ankle
socks.
socks. He
So-
didn't have any. I
Then
said,
no
well, don't
socks.
wear
Then
any.
don't-
Flip flops on guys just seem so
Yeah, I
weird
don't
to
like
me.
flip-flops
Really?
on guys with
Yeah, I
those
never liked.
I don't really care.
But I have this really high arch thing, so everything falls off my foot.
Yeah, and
It
you have
doesn't-
narrow feet. You
it
look like a
doesn't-
Jesus sandal wearing guy.
Yeah,
Like,
but
or like
you have
Velcro
nice-
straps. Like
So,
a
but
lot
Yeah,
of
I would have
straps.
to do that kind of stupid.
The Velcro
shit.
strap.
See, but
I
the
would
thing
need
is, he
like
has nice-looking feet. He's not one of the ugly,
Bill,
bony.
can we please
'cause
not go
sometimes
here?
people have like
I am not the
yellow
foot guy.
toenails and
I
they're
am not
bony
the foot guy.
toes. Like,
Yeah.
Who wants to see hairy, bony toes?
That's
yellow
disgusting.
toenails.
Oh yeah, like the foot fungus.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Jackie's old toes.
Jackie,
when they had
the
him pulled
joke
off
man.
right on the ear.
Oh,
You remember
And he
that?
had to wear the
Oh,
finger
my
cots.
What was that? What
He had to wear the finger cots. Remember?
What
Jackie
was
the
that?
Joke Man.
Jackie the Joke Man.
Yeah, they pulled. But what show? They like. I remember they literally ripped his toenails out. It was probably on the Howard Stern
Of
show.
course, it had to be.
Yeah,
It was his fingernails.
No, it was his toenails.
They had the
and they never
finger
grew
cut.
back.
No, it was his fingernails. I think she's right. I
Because
think
he
it
had the
was-
finger
Well,
cots.
he used to wear the finger cots too. Yeah.
So gross.
God.
Flies, they get
When
on
he
my
left the show,
nerves.
man, it jumped the shark. That's all I'm saying.
Blech.
All I'm saying.
Yeah.
And when he got divorced, that
And when
kind
Bob
of jumped the
Levy
shark,
too. When Bob Levy got banned from Sirius.
See, I missed the
Why
whole.
did he get banned?
He got banned because supposedly he threatened on the podcast we used to do on Levy Land Live. He threatened Stern's life, but as a joke. And he went to Sirius one day, I think for an interview, maybe for O&A. I don't even remember what it was for. And someone from Howard's camp said that he beat up 4 security guards at Sirius.
What?
First off, has anyone seen Bob Levy? He's 79 years old.
Yeah, and he's the guy, from what do you call it? The show, the what do you call it?
Is he really 79?
No, I'm kidding.
God, he looks damn
but he's on
good.
this-
Levy Land Live. He is the
Levy
blue
Land.
cheese man. He ate the blue cheese out of the assholes of the women on stage.
I'm taking my bat and my ball and my Bob Levy, and I'm going home.
and his ugly socks.
Yes, and my socks.
I love that
Dirty,
you brought-
ugly
I
pedophile
love
socks.
that you brought that up.
Pedophile, please.
Those are
glad-
pedophile socks. Any movie you watch with a pedophile is wearing those socks.
Oh, but that's like the old.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean.
And sometimes there's
That's
stripes on them.
correlation versus causality.
You should get rid of them. And ask Chris Lodondo because he knows too. And in the documentary, I want you to talk about his socks because they are horrible. And I think I traumatized him because
Chris Lodondo.
I didn't even want to do the interview with the socks. Like,
He's the same one. I had to beg him to be in the film. He's the only one I had to beg.
you had to beg him?
I had to beg him.
Really?
Yes.
There's nothing going on.
I'm telling you.
Really?
I'm telling you.
He's the nicest guy in the world, I gotta tell you. We did the pilot from Practical Jokers together. He filmed it, I was in it. You know, we got no money out of it, but whatever. Just letting everybody know. Like,
you're
you guys love
forgotten.
Sal and all them. Those are my friends, but I was in the pilot. You might not have seen it. But I'm famous, too. You should.
I have seen some of the earlier stuff.
Yeah, we were on the one that they sold. Like, I remember one of the scenes was where I had to you bring in a laptop and it's a big giant black cock on the screen and it's stuck, and you go to the Apple store. Like that was one of the ideas for the pilot.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it was really, and I had to be like, big giant black. I was like, oh my god! It was like the first time I was like really dabbled in comedy, like on air, like where I was like, someone's gonna see this, I can't erase it from someone's brain. My mother's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
And then
there is something cool about doing things live, and you're sort of like, oh, I don't have to worry.
Yeah,
this is out there,
and no one's taping it, and that's why comedians like Bob Levy, like almost beat the crap out of somebody once. We've been banned from so many places in PA for people taping us.
I was gonna say, is that why places now? Like we were at Caroline's the other night, we saw
taping.
Kevin. No taping, but they there's a fucking satellite damper or whatever. You can't get out on the network or anything.
No,
you are dead.
Well, I'll tell you why. I mean, there's two things. Number one, if you bomb, you don't want anyone seeing it. It's just hearsay.
Yeah.
And number two, a lot of people are working on albums. So if they use a joke that they're thinking about using in the album and now it goes on air, you can't use it in the album. It's dead.
I understood why, but it sucked because it was like,
I know.
Boy, there's news I really got to get out right now about Kevin, and I'm fucked.
No, you can't. And I've watched Bob Levy literally fist fight. I've pulled him off by his jacket a million times, and we've been banned. And I used to be like, am I banned too? They're like, no, you could come back. You'll headline instead next time. And I'm like, thanks. Like we've gotten kicked out. I've seen him punch. Oh my God. It's just... comedy world is a hard world.
It's like what Louis C.K. said. It's like, I know you're looking at your phone because your face lights up.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the world of comedy. I wonder if is your kid like good enough to watch my kid, or is he like locked in a closet, or did my son?
No, he'll sit there.
Oh, he's.
Oh, okay, I'm just making sure.
He has cousins.
Okay.
He's good.
He has cousins
we haven't found them locked in closets yet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're little.
8 and 6.
I mean, you gave him Doritos and Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke, so he's happy.
And mini donut, munchkins or whatever.
Munchkins, yeah. So he's
He'll be
good.
fine.
I'm getting hungry just talking about it.
I know. I ate some of those Doritos. I was like, Doritos, right up my alley.
I was picking out of the donuts, and I'm not supposed to be
those
on
are
sugar.
mommy's.
wait. Mommy's 180 pounds. I should be watching my weight according to my son.
Mom, you can't have these.
Mommy can't have Doritos.
See,
She's on a diet. Mommy's a bulimic now because of you. Happy Mother's Day to me.
The teachers think that's funny.
You know what? Guess what? I can't wait for the first day of school. I have nothing better to do with my days. I'm going up there with that, and I'm going up to the teacher.
And what's the teacher's weight?
And I'm going to be like, oh, I'm sorry. How old are you? And how much do you weigh? And I'm going to write it down, and then I'm going to give it back to her. Be like, happy first day of school, asshole. Like, thanks. Because you know what? There might be a 600-pound mom out there that got that for Mother's Day that has a very bad, has no self-esteem and cried herself to sleep. And I don't agree with it.
Why would they ask the kids that question?
That is the stupidest fucking question. I'm so sorry.
I'm
sorry I brought this up again. I was trying to wind things down and get out of here nice.
See, because when a kid thinks of their mom,
it's Magic 8 Ball. How much does mom weigh?
Well, I only ask yes no questions.
When a kid
does mom weigh 180 pounds?
They don't think weight when they think of their parents.
Look here, I have the inside of a Magic 8 Ball.
Oh,
I hate that
look
thing.
at
It's
that.
not even true.
No, those 8 balls are liars.
They are. They were.
Wait, let me ask them a question. Will I get laid tonight?
Outlook not so good.
Oh!
This one has been very negative lately.
Well, I know I'm going to get laid because I'm going to stay at my ex-boyfriend's house because I have to get my car fixed.
Your ex-boyfriend?
Well, the one we're we're getting to know you.
Yes,
They're starting slow again.
We're slow again, which means I got the it's not you, it's me speech, and I'm just not taking it as a breakup.
It's not you.
I got
it's
dumped.
Me?
It's really it's you. What really he meant to say is it's you, not me, meaning it's me, not him.
Yeah.
But we can still fuck. So cool. Okay.
Friends with benefits.
Exactly. I'm not going to go around sleeping around. I'm not the kind of person. I have a kid and I can't date. I'm not going to bring anyone around them. So.
Oh yeah, that's.
I might, and if I got him in another borough, I got him in another borough. Yeah.
But you had your girlfriend, so I mean,
yeah.
that could
I don't know.
Maybe you can bring it all together for the ultimate threesome.
I don't know. I'm very as much as they talk about sex and rape and how much I want to be raped. I'm not. I do. You know what? I'm going to end this here.
Oh boy!
Listen, this is a
you
problem.
Please don't go. I want to be raped.
Well, first off, you never hear of women rapists ever.
No.
Exactly. I mean, if I was a woman rapist,
well, actually, no.
There was one.
The one rapist serial killer or whatever.
So I told a joke. I went to. It was like the first time I really headlined. I had to go all the way past like Buffalo. It was right after Sandy, and it was a fundraiser for a young girl who died. And I didn't know what happened. And again, this is another apology I'm going to make on air. So I'll apologize to her family and to that girl. So when I get there, I'm like, there's 300 people. I'm like, how did this girl die? Can you tell me? They're like, no, we don't want to damper her. We don't want to mention it. Just all the proceeds of, thank you for coming and doing this. No problem. So I closed my act saying how horny I was because kids are cock blocks and I haven't been laid and yada yada. And that there's times I wake up at 2 a.m. and I want to go jogging through Central Park with no shorts on. And you could jump out of a bush with a knife. I don't care.
And there's
like,
fucking
I said at this point, rape is enticing to me.
And there's guys lining up to do it.
So I'm like, I made this big joke and people did laugh and then there was some, and then I got a write-up in the Herald, which is like their big daily news of the town, that the girl that died was raped to death by her boyfriend.
Oh.
And I was like, okay. This is where now I have contracts saying I need to know what this fucking charity is about because, like, the next thing, like, it was so bad. And then I get, but all press is good press, not that press.
This is horrible. This catastrophe. It's the worst. Yeah. You got Hindenburg stuff going on.
Oh my God! I was like I became like the Bill Cosby of comedy for the moment.
Ouch.
It was just like miserable. I was really, really, really bad. So I'm sorry to that girl too and her family. So what is that? 4 sorries I've given?
You didn't mean that, though.
Yeah,
I didn't mean it.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I was just a victim of circumstance.
Shame on the producers who who did the show for not telling me because they know how I am and they know anything could come out of my mouth at any second and they know that I talk about rape a lot. So I'm a horny mom. Horny mom. Central Park, right by my house.
Horny mom.
Hornymom.com. There we go.
I'm sure there is one.
I'm positive.
Taken. I'm going to check it just to make sure.
You know what I do own, and I love it, because Kim Kardashian did get me kicked off Twitter because of that vagina joke. I own IHateKimKardashian.com.
There you go.
I'm still I just bought it, too, and I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it.
There is a hornymom.com.
Is there?
Yeah, there
is. Is there a lot of horny moms on there, or is there like...
It's like XXX. It kind of looks like one of those push sites to another site.
Oh, and I'm getting an unknown call. I like those. Those are usually creditors, like, you owe us money.
It could be Sal at the end of a What Say You. That's sometimes I wonder.
Maybe it's the bot.
Because they always block their phone.
It's the Hitchbot.
Maybe it's Hitchbot.
It's Hitchbot. Oh, Hitchbot.
Why didn't you leave me with Kevin Smith? It's crazy.
So sad. I miss Kevin.
We wanted to. I mean, it wasn't up to me. It wasn't my thing. I was only like the guy trying to talk the guy into doing it.
Yeah. So. How do I get Hitchbot back? What do I got to do?
I don't know. Well, you already offered a touch of the tatas. So.
I'm willing to do it.
I'm hoping he makes it back to his where he's from very soon.
I think he's on his way there. He's supposed to today.
Awesome.
On his way to Canada.
I picture him like on a train with like haystacks and some Mexicans and chickens, like someone playing the ukulele or the banjo, and he just has his little legs, his little rubber feet hanging off, and he's just taking it all in. And like there's a rooster.
It's a phenomenon, this thing.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. I mean, because it got mugged in the city, so.
God, it's so embarrassing.
Who doesn't get mugged in the city?
Although
at least it got raped. I mean, it really did.
I have to say this one comment I did see online about concerning them coming up was this one guy who said a brilliant thing. He's like, if you saw a picture of Trump, he's like, see, an immigrant from another nation comes in and is involved in crime instantly.
That's great.
That is so funny.
We should have gave Hitchbot Trump's haircut.
Yeah,
he should have had that.
Well, he kind of did. Well, he had no hair. He was headless. Headless Hitchbot.
Aww.
No brain.
Chopped his head off.
I saw another one. Headless corpse of Hitchbot displayed before Kevin Smith.
Oh, that was amazing. I was like, did I just get boogers from laughing? But if there's a white spot on your thing, it's white out. Or cum, I don't know what it is.
It's a spot because I
What is that?
This is the center. Gene has a tendency of doing this a lot, you know. And then I'm like, you need to speak in the middle of the mic.
So your dots are not lined up.
Yeah, and then so I kind of line everything up for.
I gotcha. My dots lined up.
Well, I appreciate coming here and driving all this way and getting lost.
Oh, you got me lost. Thank you. Don't ever freaking call.
And I've so had that happen, and I know how like crazy because you're like.
Right there.
You're at the critical point. Yeah.
It's like, do you make the right or did you the left? And then you get the phone call and then the navigation shuts off and then you take the left and you were supposed to take the right and then 40 minutes gets added on to your goddamn trip. Thank you, Scott Holden.
Wait, hang on. There's another one. Yesterday with Gene's GPS, like it did this thing where it's like, oh, I have another route that you have to make a decision.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Don't throw this up now.
No, I don't want to make decisions. This is your decision, MapQuest.
Fucking
it's not mine.
know. And yeah, but now I don't see a map. It's like, say yes or no. I'm like, And first, it's in a weird spot because I put it down by the dashboard, and I'm like, I don't know. So I just kind of went the wrong way.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens.
Yeah, and then it has to correct.
Yeah. So. See, this would never happen with
Hitchbot driving. Yeah.
Hitchbot. I'm gonna have a dream about Hitchbot tonight.
Yeah.
They'll probably be
He's the
sexual.
perfect man. Remember?
He doesn't talk.
Yeah, doesn't talk. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Oh, that was my head.
Ow, stop raping me. I don't like Central Park. Get me out of this bush.
Oh, no. What a callback.
Anyway,
you have to apologize now to Hitchbot.
I hope there's more Doritos upstairs. I'm not apologizing to anybody anymore. I'm done. I feel like I was at a 12-step program today.
Okay, well, that's because we're so sensitive here.
God.
Thank you for coming on.
Oh, wait, hello.
Wait, plug all your shit.
I didn't fucking drive an hour and get lost.
Sorry. I'm just so...
God. This is because I own a PR firm, the Vaughn Agency.
Yes.
Anyway, no.
Sell
the
it,
Vaughn
baby.
Agency.
Tell us everything.
Follow me at Jen Remaro, JenRemauro. You can find me on Facebook that way. You can YouTube me on that way. You can find me everywhere that way. And
you need a podcast, ma'am.
You know what? Everyone says that, and I'm just too lazy to invest any more time into anything else that I just don't give a shit about. Like, I'm already a parent, and
you don't need another kid.
I don't need
another podcast.
I think, I think I'll give my son a podcast. I think my dog has a podcast.
Maybe,
who doesn't have a podcast?
Anybody can have a podcast.
I think my dog has one, so I'll jump on hers, and I have ideas. So if anyone wants to buy me podcast stuff, that's fine.
Yes, just send. You could be like one of those
send
cam girls. You could be like a cam girl.
I'll be a cam girl.
You'd be like, buy my stuff.
Yeah, look at my life. Look at this whining child. He wants soda. I hate my life.
Yes, buy me stuff on Amazon. I want these Tiffany earrings.
If you go to jenremaro.com, my calendar is totally. I have a new manager now. I'm going to give props to my Charlie Balducci. Charlie B is my new manager. He started reality television. He was MTV's I'm Getting Married.
Oh.
So, he was the one who went off the radar.
The Real World was the first one.
No, well, he got into The Real World wasn't bad. He was the one who brought the bad, the like train wreck into reality.
Yes.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah, he was the one who I'll gut you like a fish because you're late to my wedding to the limo driver, and that made his fame. And now he's a great person, and he takes care of kids, and he's my new manager.
That's awesome.
My mom's not my manager anymore. I have a real manager. I'm so happy.
Is that really true? Was your mom your manager?
My mom was my manager, and she
was
sucked it. She sucked. She never booked me on anything but a cable show that on every punchline they put the laughing applause. Meanwhile, I had an audience and you couldn't hear the punchline.
Mid-evenings with Jay Miller is where she
exactly. I was on mid-evenings with Jay Miller. The last time I was on mid-evenings with Jay Miller, I was doing cartwheels dressed as a hot dog on stage of Cosi, and they were all they were like, "Oh my God, what the hell is going on?"
That's hysterical.
So no, that he was actually hosting. I love Jay Miller.
Yeah, I do. I do too. I love like him, and those guys are doing this whole I love him. I want to have his baby. No, I love the fact that they do all this weird stuff. The fucking glitter suits, and it's not traditional stand-up.
And
I love that.
He looks great in spandex.
Wow, what would you do like a whole revolution thing here? What
was
going through your mind?
You know what? It's a secret.
It's like you just realized something.
I just realized that I have the most valuable thing to Jay Miller in all of the universe, and it's mine, and he can't have it. And I just realized it.
Because you lit up
about it. I feel like I just found out I was barren.
But you can't share?
No, I could share. Oh my God, no! This is gonna happen. This is monumental. This is
I thought you were just shocked that I said I love Jay Miller, and then you're like,
I will tell you when we're off air, and we're gonna figure out how we can
make it happen,
make this happen, and piss Jay Miller off.
Oh no! Why piss Jay Miller off?
Because we piss
into him anymore.
We piss off for fun. We piss him off for fun.
Okay.
No, we piss each other off for fun all the time.
Right.
Jay Miller had my wedding album. He got it as a birthday gift once, and this is our whole big going thing. So
okay. Right.
I'm gonna tell you what I have of Jay Miller's that belongs to Jay Miller that he will never get back and cannot get back at me.
Oh, wow.
Because I've double-sided this one to make sure it can't turn. So Jay Miller, if you're listening.
Okay.
All right, people. Thanks for having me at Jen Remaro. Tweet me.
And she's hysterical. So
she is. And she's cute.
Come see her shows. Where can they find do you list on your webpage?
I usually do, but my manager, who was fired, has not updated. I mean, I've been headlining tremendously. I do have a lot of private gigs coming up. I do have gigs that are coming, so hopefully Charlie will have his people update my calendar now. But if you go there now, it looks like I haven't done a show in about 6 months. But that's not true.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Well,
thank you very much.
Thanks, Jen.
Bye.
Bye. And there you have Jen Romaro. Hey, everybody. She's a spitfire, a firecracker, and, she's out there. And I appreciate her brash honesty. And I'm glad that she's a part of the project. And I hope you guys enjoyed getting to know her. So there you go. Well, at this time, we will say hello and check in with Tesdy Groupie. I want to congratulate her on doing 50 of these. 50 pick of the weeks. That's right. She's had 50 so far. This will be 51. Congratulations, ma'am. And here we go with this week's Tesdy Groupie pick of the week. ThatMan on Fatman presents At Tesdy Groupies. Tell 'em Steve Dave. Pick of the week.
Hi, and welcome to the TSD Pick of the Week. Sometimes we can have trouble deciding which is our favorite TSD guy, picking our favorite TSD quote, or choosing our favorite TSD episode. There is always something for every moment, every mood, every character, and every personality. But one thing is for sure. Everybody loves Sandy Jeff. He's always the guest we do not mind to hear, and it seems that we crave his appearance from time to time. There have even been demands for a second Sandy Jeff show. And that Walt and Sandy Jeff's magic is something hard not to recognize, and let's say it, respect. So, let's get our Sandy Jeff fix and enjoy some awesomeness with this week's pick. TSD 152, Respect My Money. Okay, so all this talk about Sandy Jeff for an episode when he's not even there? I know, but this is even better, because he's on the show through a game. A game wanted so much, he's even manning the board. The premise is simple. Walt has been making questions to Sandy Jeff, and he will present the guys with 3 answers, so they choose the one they think Sandy Jeff said. And to make it more interesting, the guys play for listeners. But the genius of the game is not in the competition. It's in the alternative answers made by Walt, as if he had spent time in Sandy Jeff's head. Some are so awesome that create Sandy Jeff quotes that never existed and that are associated to him in a blink. And remember to stay after the episode for the full Sandy Jeff interview. More gold in an episode full of great moments to laugh, enjoy, and remember. So, I hope you will listen to it, I hope you enjoy it, and yo all the way.
And there you have Miss Tesdy Groupie's Pick of the Week. All right, folks. We're going to dismiss the class early and get everyone out of here in record time, especially when we have 3-hour shows and shit. Until then, know that you're smart and good. Take care.
Pushing
Go get him, that man.